Hello Leo, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Leo for the week of September 20th. Now Leo, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Just a friendly reminder, Leo, that the only place you can get anything from me is my website, zaneintuitive.com. Make sure you're using the link below. I'll never ask you for a reading or ask you for money either via YouTube, email, or Instagram. I also do daily content on my Instagram, so if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. But with all of that said, let's go ahead and get into this reading. If this message resonates, please do consider hitting that like button so other people can see the video. Subscribe for future updates and drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Also want to say very grateful to the people donating down below. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Same goes to my Patreons. So let's see what we have here for you, Leo. All right. Make sure everything's in view and we'll get right into it. I think that looks good enough to me. Energy on the bottom, you have the Ten of Cups here. So this is a great sign to get this card in any sort of placement or area in a tarot reading. The Ten of Cups is the full manifestation of the Suit of Cups. This is the idea that there's a windfall of happiness that has arrived or is coming towards you in some ways. It's total positivity, total happiness arriving. You can see the family here on the bench. They own the home behind them. And so for me, I do associate this card with abundance. And remember that there are so many different types of abundance, and abundance really truly is just your ability to receive. And so for some of you, that's going to come in the form of harmonious relationships, good family situations, anything like that. Some of you through shared resources, such as by purchasing a home or something like that with someone else, or just doing something for yourself. But there's happiness here arriving for you. And you know what I feel like saying here, looking at these cards, is don't forget about this feeling of having all 10 cups overflow when you potentially meet bumps in the road, because ultimately you're being led to happiness. But there are some other things here that you may be also dealing with, which is kind of the case in love, but also in life, right? And so right away in the middle, you have the Ace of Swords. So this is a really nice card as well. This is new beginnings, positive situations happening, but more importantly, this is using mental clarity to bring about a victory. It's the feeling of a breakthrough in your life. It's this idea that the clouds in the background are clearing, making way for something new here, Leo. And so for you, you're going to finally come to an understanding of what happened, or you're going to get some sort of new insight or clarity on things in your life. Some of you, this is around wanting a family. Some of you, this is around a pre-existing family situation. For others of you, this is around love, something like that going on here. There's also a few cards of career and finance as well. I try to bring in messages for both. I'm feeling for a lot of you, it's going to be on the emotional cup side of things, but it certainly could be career and finance related, and we'll get into that. In the past, you have this Seven of Pentacles, which is a nice card for finance, money. This is the idea of long-term investments paying off. You can see that this person here in the past has planted this tree a long time ago, and now finally the pentacles are ripe. The fruit is ready to be picked. The harvest is here. And so it's a nice card. It's not something like, it's something that you build over time, such as a retirement account or a family home, or something that has accrued in value over time, has appreciated in value over time. And finally, like having that. So it's definitely a nice card. Now you also here have this Six of Cups. This is someone from the past. Now in relationships, the thing is, there's maybe a previous partner, like a long-term partner from your past, an ex that you were in a relationship with for a long time, that is maybe trying to make a re-entry, something like that going on. You could be in periods of nostalgia as well, thinking about how something about how things have gone well in the past, especially with this 10 of Cups. What I always say with this 6 of Cups is, number one, don't stay in the past too long because you miss what's right in front of you. And then second, your ex is your ex for a reason. So I can't tell you who to date or what to do, but just keep that in mind. Now, you also here have this Death card. This is a major transformation in your life, something ending, okay? This is not something to be feared. It can be painful, it can be challenging, and it can, in this case, could be unexpected because it's in the lower row. But this has already happened because it's in the previous column. And so I do feel like there was a major transformation in your love life here. Somebody who you thought was going to be a lot more long-term just not being. And I do wonder if you're over it yet. I do wonder if you're fully over it yet. There's also the ability to transform some sort of long-term investment into something that could provide for you over the long haul. And I'll get into what I feel about that as I go along. You have this Justice card. So in the current situation, you have the Two of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the Justice card. So this Justice card is the divine scales balancing out and tipping in your favor. It's law and order. It's the idea of integrity. It's Libra energy. It is getting the outcome you deserve, ultimately. And, with this Swords energy, that's also, we have two swords and the Justice. That's legal stuff. There may have been a divorce or separation that's been on the table here for a while, something like that going on. There's also this idea here where if you follow this breakthrough, if you use your mental clarity and your intellect, you're ultimately going to receive the outcome that is meant for you. And for you, it looks like it could be good. There are some bumps along the way. I'll be interested to see how we clarify this as we go along, but it's definitely nothing to be concerned about or scared about. In fact, you should take that approach with any tarot reading you watch, at least in my opinion, because these are just cards. These are one timelines. This is supposed to be guidance to help you along your day. Okay, so you have this Two of Swords as well. This is the feeling of being blindfolded. Okay, there maybe was an injustice. You're also maybe feeling restricted in communication. That comes in a lot with the Two of Swords because I view these two swords as daggers, in that somebody's throwing words at you or throwing emotional baggage at you, and it's causing you to not be sure of how to handle that. It's like restriction type of feeling. There was something here where you're thinking about how just things have not gone your way. It's also interesting because it will start. I do feel like things will start to pick up. You do have Ace 2, 3. That is the natural progression of the swords. It's Ace starts off, then it goes 2, then it goes 3. So moving to the future here, you have the 3 of Swords, 9 of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. A lot of swords and a lot of cups here. So this 3 of Swords is divorce, separation, breakup. It could just mean a heartbreaking situation as well. That's why I feel like this has already been on the table for some of you, the way that this is progressing. And this 3 of Swords in the future, is it maybe going to the next level, something like that happening? I don't feel like you're fully over them though, because you have this 9 of Swords, which is somebody who is having a nightmare, somebody who's staying up late at night, worrying, ruminating, thinking about fears. Really, this is fears, because this person believes that these swords are going to hit them. They're going to come down and hit them, but they actually never do. And so it's like you're making something out to be a problem when it hasn't even happened yet. It's fears. And then you have this Ace of Pentacles as well, which is a new start for some of you. For some of you, there's a new beginning coming in. It's typically a new financial beginning, signing off on contracts, documents, getting a new start in career, getting a new start in finance. What I do want to say is it's always great when you have 2 or more aces. You have 2 here, and you have a nice diagonal with the 7 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. So there's a new beginning, and I think it's going to help break you free. If you're enjoying this video, please do hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow. And I also really just appreciate you being here, Leo. Thank you for spending your time with me. I hope things are going well for you. Let's see what else we have here. We're going to go ahead and pull some cards to clarify. So you have Lord Shiva, Transcendence, Rise Up, Honor Your Inner Force, Steps Are Being Given, Dance with the Universe. Look, how are you going to handle adversity? Because you have this 10 of Cups on the bottom where things are going well. You have these 2 aces. You have this long-term investment paying off. But in the other areas, how are you going to handle it? That's what I feel like is coming in. Maybe the answer is to have faith here with humanity and benevolence. Stay calm, trust the good in yourself and others, see the light in the world. I do feel like you're not at fault here. I do feel like it was somebody else's poor behavior. You have Isis, magic manifesting, your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. Some of you have manifested something huge here. With Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, that diagonal, a direction that you were headed, looks really amazing. So keep manifesting. Let's see here. What else do we have? Helpful people. Okay, someone's going to come in and offer a solution. Compromise. More scales. Look at this. The scales with justice and compromise. Yeah, some of you going through a divorce or something like that, deciding on how to handle that situation, and improving health. Yeah, ultimately things are going, like the thing about this, by the way, I think some of you are going to have just like a good attorney or something like that. Some of you are in a legal situation with the scales energy here, and I do feel like there's just going to be someone who like helps you see something in a new way. Improving health, there's this message here where there are a few things that you're wrapping up, there are a few difficulties, but at the end of all of this is a major improvement with the two aces, the 10 of cups, and the improving health. So definitely like to see that. Let's see what else we have here for you. Where do you need to make a sacrifice? Where do you need to make a compromise in your life? I feel like is going on, especially with that Two of Swords, also a card of compromise. You have the High Priestess, Death card again. Wow. Some of you have been through it, and the Hermit. Some of you have been going through it here, okay? It was just, what I would say to you is, some of you are just hanging on a little bit too tightly to a person from the past with the Six of Cups and the Death card. And the thing is, the Hermit here with the other Death card is saying, you know what, there's an opportunity for you to take time to be alone. And people view that as a negative, but it doesn't have to be a negative. In fact, being alone gives you an opportunity to explore yourself, explore what you want to do, but also realize what you want in the next partner or where you want to be going next. Because ultimately, even if you're in a relationship, you have to do things for yourself as well. And so that's what I feel like is going on here. Now, you also have this High Priestess. There is somebody who's coming in to show you a way shower is potentially coming in for some of you. This is a spiritual leader or a spiritual mentor, something like that going on. Now, you could also be being guided. This is divine feminine. The High Priestess is the divine feminine, which we all have. Doesn't matter what gender you are. We all have that because it's like pure intuition. What is your intuition telling you? What is your heart? What is your soul telling you? So let's go here. So we have the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and wow, the 10 of Cups. So like I've been saying, 10 of Cups twice, two aces, things are going really well. Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords. Some of you are just taking on the energy. You're going into a period of singleness. It's not a word, but you're being single for a long time. I don't know about long time, but some of you are deciding that it's time to be single, and that's the breakthrough. And the Queen of Swords, the Hermit, that's independent, single, solo energy. And some of you are like, you know what, this is going to be exciting. This is going to be fun. Justice, 10 of Cups. Yeah, something here legally with a family or something like that. Some of you may be dealing with an inheritance or a divorce, separation. You have this, it's interesting, the candle just flickered there. You have the Knight of Wands and the Two of Swords. Knight of Wands is following your passions. It's also it's like moving residence. Some of you are like moving into a new apartment, moving into a new home, maybe even going to a new state or country or something like that. But there's a passionate new beginning arriving for you. Two of Cups, Queen of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. Wow. So three aces. And the fact that we have two aces clarifying each other is very, very good. So what I felt like immediately when I started reading this is that so I just kind of am doubling down on this, but don't forget to return to the 10 of Cups feeling. Don't forget to return to how you've been happy and how you've been able to achieve total happiness and feeling the feeling of having all 10 cups overflow. And you can achieve that on your own. In the future, you're going to have new opportunities in love and romance, and as well as in career and finance with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. So don't lose hope, okay? There may be some period of singleness here, of being single for you here, and that's okay. Some of you are just having time for yourself with the 2 queens, doesn't matter what gender you are, but with the 3 of Swords and the 2 of Cups here, it's a divorce, separation, or breakup, and it's paving the way for you to sort of understand your true self and understand what it's like to be you without anybody else's energy or anybody else's noise or expectations of what you should be. So this is pretty amazing, and ultimately improvement in health too, which is nice, because sometimes when you're in a, let's say, toxic relationship, I'll use that term, it affects your whole life, right? And your whole health. So let's see what else we have here. Message, delivering the news, official person, main female, journey, coffin, adjudication. It's legal. Some of you, it's very much a legal situation. I don't think anyone's going to jail, just to be clear. Imprisonment is like feeling trapped. There was a difficulty with somebody. There could have been a cheating situation or just a breakup, just something that happened here with Thief, 2 of Cups, and 3 of Swords. It's whatever happened here. Coffin is an ending. It's much like the Death card. It's just an ending. It doesn't have to be death or dying. Just keep that in mind. Don't be stressed about any of this. But it's like there's something that happened between you and another that is leading to an ending. That's beginning a period of becoming single for a little bit. And some of you are delivering the news that you're done with message and official person. You're starting a new journey, which I think is one thing to really look forward to as well. And remember, I just want to give you this reminder to feel the feeling of having total happiness. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe, check out my website, zaneintuitive.com. Consider becoming a Patreon. I will see you in the next one.